talking to us from the Kenyan capital, Nairobi. Well, I want to bring in William Davison. He's a senior Ethiopia analyst at the International Crisis Group, and he's joining us live on Skype from Nairobi in Kenya. It's good to have you with us on Al Jazeera. We know that Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed seems to have been reticent about admitting that Eritrea forces were actually in the country. He's now done that. What's pushed him to make this announcement about them leaving now?
The mounting evidence of Eritrean involvement has been a definite factor in that. Reports by the likes of Amnesty International, Human Rights Watch about Eritrean atrocities in Axum City, also plenty of media reports. And then we saw a report by an autonomous federal institution, the Ethiopian Human Rights Commission, that confirmed those Eritrean atrocities in Axum. So it became a very hard thing to deny. And then, of course, we have the international pressure, led recently by the new US administration, calling for the Eritrean withdrawal. So I think a combination of those events are to explain this announcement that the Prime Minister's office has made today.
If the Eritrean troops leave, what's that going to mean for the situation on the ground in Tigray?
This is perhaps the most important question. And I think most people's understanding of the conflict, and it is difficult to understand exactly what is happening inside Tigray. There is still a communications blackout there, not much reporting going on. But if the Eritrean troops withdraw, and that is if they totally withdraw, which is a big if, then that could mean that it would be very difficult for Ethiopia's federal military to completely crush this rebellion by the so-called Tigray Defense Forces. So it's really not clear what the implications are or what the military strategy here is from the federal government. Perhaps they are also looking to pursue some sort of cessation of hostilities, which is very much needed because that would allow the rapid expansion of humanitarian access that is so desperately required in Tigray.
The Ethiopian government has been reticent in allowing people in outside organizations like aid agencies, but also journalists, of course, into Tigray to identify what's going on there. We understand the UN saying that apparently 2 refugee camps in Tigray have been completely destroyed. What does this mean in terms of any possible prosecutions against Eritrean troops who have been accused of human rights abuses in Tigray?
Well, along with these announcements that we've seen today, for example, the admission of Eritrean involvement earlier in the week, in recent weeks, we've also seen expanded access for the media, as well as some humanitarian workers into Tigray. But we have also seen promises and movement from the Ethiopian government in terms of promising to investigate abuses, hold those forces responsible to account. That has involved, an announcement of a partnership with the UN investigators. There has also been talk about working with the African Union investigators. But just as with the Eritrean withdrawal, the question is about the details and about implementation here. Of course, if we do see fully fledged international investigations and they find that some of these atrocities have indeed been confirmed, then that could well lead to the types of prosecutions of both Eritrean and Ethiopian forces that you refer to.
Really good to get your thoughts on this. William Davidson, we appreciate it. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you very much.